Hello everyone, welcome to Kalpa Kendra Tarot. So today's reading is going to be on the topic the effect you have on the person on your mind. Okay, so I know that you've already seen the topic in the title and also on the thumbnail, but it feels fun to introduce it, and there is no other way that I can start a video without introducing the topic. So it is going to be about your effect on your person, and I think it is a pretty interesting topic as per me, because I would like to know the effect I have on certain people, and I would want to make it short. So let's see how that goes. And for that, and for the reading, we have four piles in front of us today. For the first group, we have Herkimer Diamond. For the second group, we have Cobra Jasper. For the third group, we have Girasol Quartz. And for the fourth group, we have Pink Tourmaline. So these are the four groups. Depending on the one that you feel the most drawn to, you can select your pile and then meet me at the click of your timestamp. Hello group 1. So if you have selected the Herkimer Diamond card, then welcome to your reading. Let me show you all your cards and then I'll read it out to you. So the first card is obviously Herkimer Diamond, then you have 24 Maypole, and then you have the cow. You also have some other cards, Thief, and then Perception. Right. Are we visible? Yes, almost entirely. And then I want to select a card from here as well, from the Mona Lisa Mind Body Oracle deck, and I just want it to be a little random, and this is what I want, like this is how I want to select it. So which is the card that I feel most drawn to? Okay, this one. And is there any other card? I know there's a card here that I feel drawn to. Okay, look at this one. Great. So these are our cards with which we will be doing the reading today, and then I'll also look into tarot cards next, but let's find out what these cards have to say. So first of all, the Herkimer Diamond. It says, are you able to recall your dreams? Dreams can be your internal psychologist and spiritual advisor. Take the time before going to sleep to form the intention to remember your dreams. Record them when you awaken and use them for contemplation. Dreams are powerful tools for self-healing, personal awareness, and spiritual growth. Okay. Looking at your cards, what I can definitely say is that your person will first get information about you from your dreams, from their dreams, not from your dreams. Not like you are dreaming about them and they get all the information. But they will first start considering you as somebody significant when they will understand that you have entered their zone of subconscious. Like they are having thoughts about you not only consciously, but you have entered the realm of subconscious where they are also dreaming about you, and they will try to interpret their dreams to understand your role in their life, or what the universe is trying to communicate to them metaphorically. They will have this understanding, whoever you're asking about will have this understanding that dreams communicate messages to us, especially dreams that we can very, very vividly remember. They usually contain messages, and things will happen in a way where they will understand that the particular dream that they saw about you was trying to leave certain hints which could not be otherwise communicated to them by the universe. Okay, now this could be, since I already am aware of this, that when spirit, see, in different levels of consciousness, as you cross different level of consciousness, the communication that you have with the universe and spirit changes. So at a certain stage you are able to hold a conversation almost like a human being with different nature spirits and even objects. Energetically you can just communicate with them. Now the communication is more or less energetic, but you are able to interpret it verbally, in the sense that you can, as human beings, you can interpret it in your language. And when you also tell people that what conversation you're having with different things around you, you will end up conveying it in your own language. But that does not necessarily mean that the energetic communication that is happening verbally. It is more like an energetic exchange which you later give words to and meaning to, ascribe meaning to. Okay, so that is something that will happen um, at a at the more earlier stages of awakening, where spirit is not being able to communicate with you directly, or your third eye chakra, crown chakra, even throat chakra is not open, even heart chakra for that matter. The first four chakras, when they are not activated, spirit usually communicates through dreams. And this person will also develop an understanding about your significance in their life through their dreams. It could also be so that you have, or the person that you're asking about also entered your subconscious to some degree, like in the sense that you have also dreamt of them, and you know that, like, we don't dream about everybody, that usually in case of twin flames, I would say this. I have often heard from the accounts of different twin flames, and also from a bit from my own experience, I've seen that we tend to dream about twin flames much later. We usually don't dream of our twin flames. We see them in our vision, which is like more like a waking vision. Like we are very much awake and we see them, but we don't really dream of them. When the person enters our dream, or is accepted as a character by our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind then tries to deliver messages to our conscious mind, that is how the universe works. At that time, you understand that you have in a certain way crossed some level. So that will happen for your person. Sorry, that will happen for your person as well. Excuse me, I'll just take a sip of water. And then coming to maypole, which says that I'm fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. Now this card talks about leaving behind your worries and just in, like, getting more invested in the present moment, just celebrating. Because if you do that, if you can do that, if you can stay invested in the present moment, you will also realize that you have got, like, the universe working for you, because this is what the universe wants from you, essentially, just to do your best in every moment. And not only do your best, just have fun. Like, doing your best sounds like something stressful, but when you can have fun no matter what you're going through, and if you take every lesson seriously, not in the sense that, oh my god, I'm going through this lesson, I better pay attention, but more like, I'm going through this lesson and I will give it my all to get what I can from it, like get whatever I can learn from it, and all my like, use this knowledge to gain the experience points because of which my soul made this situation appear in my life. But I'm not going to let this situation make me, turn me into a victim of life. I would rather than being the victim, you would be somebody who can turn the situation in their favor and understand that why something had to happen the way it did. So that sort of understanding develops when you learn to respect the present moment. And just getting together in this maypole celebration, it talks about having that kind of faith in the universe, and it happens simultaneously. It's not like you develop you go on to celebrate your life and then you develop the understanding, and it's not like you develop the understanding and then you go on to celebrate life. It's pretty much simultaneous. Your understanding of life and how it is always like it should be celebrated at all moments, and should always be celebrated. It's something that happens just when you learn how valuable every moment is, and like how much really the universe cares for you and has you at the back of its universe, has you at the back of it, at the back of the universe's mind, at the back of the universal mind, something like that. So the next card you got is the cow. Chew the card, take time to consider. This card also talks about listening to your intuition, and it pretty much, you know, asks you to listen more to your intuition, because although a lot has been happening in your life, just breathing and just considering all your lessons and everything will give you time to reflect upon the meaning of, you know, look at the big picture basically. So these two cards are basically pointing at the same thing, which means that your person, the moment they look at you, there is a lot going on in their mind about whatever has happened in their life and why, or what kind of context or background their life experiences form against you appearing in their life. Like they tend to contextualize your presence at the backdrop of their life circumstances. For example, if you appear in their life as this friend that, you know, a friend who wants to offer them help, say out of nowhere they meet you and you just like not out of nowhere, I mean that they meet you at a very unexpected time in their life, because we don't meet, you know, meet expecting to meet the people that we meet. Not always. Like it, if we are meeting our future spouse or if you're meeting our best friend, we never know that, okay, I'm going to meet my best friend, like this is going to be my best friend for life and that's the meeting that I'm going to have. We usually don't have that kind of information. So that person, you know, even if they might know that they are coming to meet you, might just not know how significant you are going to be in their story. So when you appear out of the blue and offered them some kind of help or some support, this person is going to look at whatever you're offering against the backdrop of all their life experiences and the many times that they have accepted offer from other people, and how that turned out, if they should be accepting offer anyway. So there is a lot of contextualization going on, and it is happening because their experiences in life hasn't been the smoothest, and they feel there is obviously the effect that you are having on them is causing them to have some sort of mental battle, and in an inner turmoil is definitely happening in the scene, where this person is forced to consider whether or not to uh, totally reject you, like totally walk away from you, or to accept you, let you be, accept you, like welcome you into their life, something like this. That there's huge consideration. I don't know why, because this person definitely has some background in their life, like something happening in their life which makes it very difficult to accept you as any candidate, like as a friend, partner, whatever you appear as. It's very difficult to accept you because there is this card thief as well, which means that you appear somewhere where you're not supposed to, or you appear in a role that you're not supposed to take. A very strange example that is coming to my mind is that, say they are married with kids, but the relationship that they have with their wife is not great, and but they have never really considered getting a divorce or something. They thought that, as long as they have kids and they need to co-parent them anyway, they decided to be together. However, you appear in their lives as this perfect woman that they could be spending their life with, and their children love you, and they're thinking, why God, why? Why is this woman appearing as somebody that I'm not ready to be accepting at this moment? So there is something about your presence which is extremely disturbing, because you are right in the ways that they never thought somebody could be right, and it almost feels wrong. It almost feels like you're claiming something that does not belong to you, and their perception is challenged. Their perception of what they thought is possible and what is not possible is totally challenged. And from the moment they meet you, there is either a dream that they already had before meeting you, which they are constantly reminded of, and it feels like a message had been delivered to them through that dream, which you tend to remind them of. Like you kind of embody that message which was given to them in their dream, or just after meeting you they go on to have a very significant dream which kind of tells them that you're very significant, and there's green, so there's a lot of heart chakra activation happening, uh, and their perception of reality shifts in a major way. And now we have healing sadness. I'm able to see things through a different perspective, right? And I clearly communicate what I see to others. And the distorted thought that they have had to overcome, or that they are not dealing with, is things come easier to others. My mind has always been in the clouds, right? So they understand that you are challenging their perspective or their perception in some way, because you have perspective here, you have perception there. And it's saying that they are able to clearly communicate how you are hitting them. Like, it hits different. You're hitting, like, you are striking a chord with them which nobody has been even able to recognize or even understand that it exists, or find out the exact location of. It's like you've been able to push a button and hit a chord, strike a chord, something like that. I effectively communicate my feelings to others, whether I am happy or not, okay? And the distorted thought is, I'm always present socially. If I don't have something nice to say, I don't say anything at all. Okay, they're able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. I had not looked at these two cards after they had come out. I'm just looking at this at them now. So there's healing sadness, and then there is healthy joy. It is very telling of the situation that I gave you. You make them, like, since you appeared, a lot of things that they had no understanding of became very, very clear to them. And now they have also been able to somewhat explain to other people how the effect that you had on them is strange, kind of very it's very magical, supernatural, but they're able to communicate. Like, they're able to exactly say, like, how they feel, which they did not think was going to be possible. They have not had this level of clarity in being able to say how somebody makes them feel, but they have been somehow able to do that with you, which makes me think that their first four chakras, they probably had a heart chakra activation, and some of their chakras got activated coming across you, and they have been sensing the development of energies that inside the energetic system that they were earlier not aware of. Two of Wands, then Queen of Pentacles, and Five of Swords. Right, so there is somebody in the picture which is very stable, and like somebody who belongs with them, that makes them wonder, like, why they met you in the first place. So you are a very confusing presence to this person. This person is the effect that you have on them is absolute chaos, mental chaos, which I don't think they express. I would not be too surprised if the emperor shows up. And two of wands, they are constantly thinking which way to go and how to deal with it, or even to deal with the fact that you have appeared, right? And it's like their world and the way that they have perceived the reality to be flashes in front of them, their conditioning flashes in front of them. And they don't know like what is true and what is not. Nine of Pentacles. So what they want is, or what they give off is, they wish that they can be single again, or they can be in that position where they don't have all this obligation. But you make them sense an energy inside of them, as if somebody who's married with children forgot how to fall in love. You incite feelings in them which they're not, you know they're not even, they were not sure that they were capable of feeling this way, like they were capable of feeling in love again. I just saw 2112. It's significant for me. If mirroring numbers are significant for you, then you can take it as a message. So it's like you want them to, you make them feel like wanting to be single again. Ace of Pentacles, like they wish they can make an offer to you, but it feels like they can't make an offer. So I feel like I'm looking at a person or a friend who's already, see, they also have a tower moment with you around. Like it's chaos, it's absolute inner chaos that is unleashed upon them. That's the effect that you have on them. And I don't know if you're aware of how much really goes through their mind when you are around. But amidst all of this, they still like your presence. They wish that you would be around. And that makes them feel more nervous and scared around you, because they are aware of how much they like you and how much they would want to offer you an olive branch, or some offer, some friendship or something even bare minimum, which keeps you to in contact. That also they would like to offer you, and they're scared of this feeling. Princess of this is like Page of Pentacles and Page of Cups. So yeah, like I said, like bare minimum, very very, like what they would want to offer you. And this is actually the protagonist of this deck, because this is the image this deck uses in its cover. So whenever a certain card appears on the cover, and it appears in my reading, I do understand that it is like a very significant card appearing, and you are a very significant person. Although it's the page, it's just at the level of the page, and it has not been able to cross, like you've not become a very stable person in this person's life, or stable character, very established strong character in this person's story, but you're still the protagonist of the deck. Your image is on the front. So even though seemingly it feels like you're nobody, they understand that you're very significant in their story. So if you're asking about a friend, they are probably with a group, with a friend, with another group of friends who don't like you, and that's like the group does not like you. So they cannot be friends with you. Or if you're asking about a person, this person is married and cannot be with you, something like that, and they feel horrible about it. That is all I can say. So that the effect that you have on them is, they want to be very very, like they wish that you find them attractive. They want to make all these moves, and they want to they want you to admire them. And you make them feel very attractive, like when they stand in front of the mirror and they think about you, or any interaction, any exchange with you, they kind of feel themselves glowing and blushing, and they feel like they're becoming more beautiful when they look into the mirror and think of you. So that's the effect you have on them. But there's a background to consider, which they were talking about in the earlier part of the reading. So that was your reading, group 1. If that resonated and you like the reading, then do like the video. You can, if you are if you understand Bengali language and you would like to get a Bengali tarot reading, then you can subscribe to my channel Kalpa Kendra Life. My Hindi tarot channel is Kalpa Kendra Sahaj. If you are interested in them, then you can obviously go and subscribe to those channels as well. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Till then, take care. Hello group 2. So if you had selected the Cobra Jasper card, then welcome to your reading. Let's look at all of your cards. You have Cobra Jasper, then you have B, card number 1, and then you have the horse, take up the reins of your life, and you have a few other cards as well. You have the child, and then you have gratitude. The theme of your reading is very prominent, like there is no way to get it wrong, because most of the cards talk about one thing. And you're thinking pregnancy, it's probably pregnancy for some people. It's very difficult to shuffle these cards away from me. It's anyway difficult to shuffle these cards anyway because of their shape. Just look at this shape. It's very difficult to shuffle them. If any of you have it, then you would be able to understand my struggle. Right, so I gotta select a card this way. Which is the one that I'm feeling most drawn to? Yes, this one. This one here. And which is the card that I'm feeling most drawn to? Yeah, there's a card here. There's a card here. Okay. Right. Let me see how it wants to come out. Oh, this wants to come out like this. Right, so these are the 2 cards for you. These are all of your cards actually. Let's look at them. Healing fear and healing goals. Okay, they have like similar, very similar themes. See, the color combination is very similar. Right, so let's start your reading now. Cobra Jasper, have you been getting outdoors enough? It is time to reconnect with nature. Get out there and put your hands in the earth. Garden, walk in nature, play with animals, and allow the earth beneath your feet and the sun above your head to nurture and realign you. Okay, so something that is coming to my mind is I'm not sure if you have heard about this concept of Taurus and toroidal fields. So heart has a huge toroidal field. Heart's toroidal field is actually larger than all of our organs. So all the organs have toroidal field. We ourselves are a cellular galaxy in just one body, packed into one body. And you can use the heart's toroidal field as a protective bubble around you, and you can use that bubble to lock your aura and do certain other practices like get energy from the source, and also stay grounded, where you connect yourself with the earth's core and practice grounding. So this very line that allow garden, walk in nature, play with animals, and allow the earth beneath your feet and the sun above your head to nurture and realign you. So I feel like realignment that you're being encouraged to practice and attempt to do. I think this practice is good. This practice of imagining the toroidal field around you when you meditate is going to become very, very beneficial for you if you can try it. That's why I got reminded of it. Okay. And for the ones who understand Bengali, can just head to my Bengali channel Kalpa Kendra Life, and you can see a video like the first video on spiritual discussion where I explain how to lock your aura. You can understand from that concept how to do this thing. For the others who are listening to me in English, you will find a lot of videos on heart's toroidal field. Even earth has a toroidal field, and how you can use that to lock your aura, connect with source, and connect with mother earth, and how to do these practices. You can do your own research and find out on your own. If you want me to make a video for it, you can comment below. We'll see if that video can be made, but that is going to become very, very significant. But what I feel this person feels for you, the effect you have on them, is they think of you as, before that I'll just want to say this, that this theme of going out and meeting more people and seeing what options you have is very prominent, but meeting more people is being stressed upon, and looking at other options is something that is being discouraged. So the effect they have on you is, sorry, the effect you have on them is that you make them feel or want to be more outdoorsy, like they want to go outside and experience the world outside and whatever there is to experience. And they want to do that in the most introverted ways possible, like connecting with nature, just watch the sun retire for the day, like watch a sunset, or listen to the sound of waterfalls, like very very low key things which are not like, it's not a popular date option in the modern world, but these are the things that you make them want to do, but then you make them want to be, come closer to nature in certain ways. You probably give them hints of a life that they had only, that they have not even dreamed of. I don't think they have entertained this possibility of there being a life so beautiful that they would be able to experience as their own. But you give them indications that a life like that is possible. And you know you okay, so there's this profile on Instagram that I'm reminded of, and I feel like mentioning it. So there is this Indian young man called Aman Sharma. I think that's his name, and his profile is Birds of India, something like that. I think he's a naturalist, or he's into wildlife photography in some way. And the vibe that I'm getting from this reading is very Aman Sharma vibes. Like the you yourself are probably into nature in a big way, and you make this person want to do things that nobody else could convince them about, like go watch a sunrise. Sunset is still like it happens at a more convenient time, so I think everybody can go catch a sunset, but you make them want to experience sunrise, even if it is happening at odd hours and they have to wake up really really early. My forehead is hurting from all the channeling that I'm doing, but I feel like I'm getting a very real scenario of your okay, I just remembered, I forgot to lock my aura. Wait. So I was lecturing you about locking your aura and everything, and I realized I had not done that myself. So imagine, right? And with this person, I feel is you being a nature lover, or you being this wild character who is actually nature's child. You make them want to be wild in the wilderness, something like that. Again, you probably go out a lot, you experience life and the planet earth in its raw and most natural form, which this person finds very very inspiring. You see, horses were used to carry us to places that our feet couldn't get us to. So I feel like this person views you as somebody who can take them to experience, like take them to places and also give them experiences that they themselves cannot experience on their own. And you have been a source of like you have been able to make a lot of people experience things like that which are not very common. Like I feel like you are like a tour planner or the Titan, the submarine, you see the trip to Titanic, something like that. Like, you make people experience things, although that's a very bad example after what has happened. But I mean that the things that you make people experience is that unconventional and uh, that magical. Even though Titanic and submarine Titan, I mean, I don't support that endeavor even, because I feel like capitalism finds a way to screw with nature in the most like horrible ways sometimes, and that is not cool. So I don't support that, but I feel like this person has this feeling that you can give them experiences that they otherwise cannot get on their own. What do you do? I don't know. Let me know what you do. And here in the B card it says, don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are many to taste and many to explore. I feel, and like I said, that you make them want to go outdoors and have more experiences, but it is not about experiencing a lot of people. Like, it's not like the fact that you have on them is not like they want to date a lot more people or have many other friends apart from you. If you're asking about a friend or a platonic relationship, it's not like they want to have more experiences in terms of finding a replacement for you. They understand that replacing you is not possible. I'm having a pain in my heart which is associated with very deep sadness. So it could very well be so that either you are committed with somebody else or this person is committed, but I don't think this person is committed. I feel like you are committed. I don't know why I feel that. And there's a deep sadness associated with the unavailability of somebody in this relationship. It's either you or them who is unavailable, and the other person feels a deep sadness because of that. And the desire to experience different things and different circumstances, different places, different people is not so much to be a player. It's not like they want to be a womanizer or a player. No, no, not at all. You make them want to experience life more abundantly. And here it talks about how bees go out every day to collect pollen from different sources in nature, not caring about the fact that they are very tiny creatures, and the world out there is pretty cruel for a tiny creature like that. But they still venture out every day, and it's like you also do some kind of work which is not easy, and they appreciate that. And looking at that, it inspires them to do some of the things in their life which they otherwise would not have done. Another thing I feel with the child and gratitude card is, one, they are extremely grateful for inspiring them this way. Horrible. The pain that I feel is horrible. I just hope it's not my own personal thing that I'm projecting onto you. I feel like I hope I'm being able to contextualize what I'm feeling, because there is deep sadness I feel associated with this pile. There is somebody unavailable which is causing deep sadness. There is deep gratitude for the kind of experiences that you have given this person just by being yourself. And this person feels like they resonate with you at a level that most people, that they can't even imagine resonating with. In case of most people, there's a deep soul level connection that this person feels with you. And the effect is multifaceted, really. I feel like this person also wants to have a child with you, and this person feels like as protected as a child would feel in their mother's arms. And here also you have a lady being pregnant, so I feel like it's associated with that in some way. Like, you make this person want to be a parent with you, no matter what their gender is. You want them to, it feels like you are their it feels like you are their other half, I meant to say. So very strange feeling, like this person probably looks at you and thinks you are their counterpart. So it could very well be a twin flame connection that they are trying to talk about. And with the child, so they feel very protected, very safe in your arms. And I also, but like when they imagine being in your arms, I'm not sure how many of them are in your arms, or the situation allows them to be in your arms. I just hope that I am able to talk about the entirety of this person's feeling, because I feel like this person is using this video to, like, using this reading to talk to you about things that they cannot easily convey. More so with the child, there is this feeling of being a child with you, knowing since like they would say something like, ever since I've known consciousness, I have known you. It's only that we met at a later point in life, but I've known you. And they came into this world having a deep soul contract with you. They're saying things which are beyond me. The effect that you have on them is huge. And they're saying, if it's not a romantic connection, even if it is a platonic connection, this person is saying, I have always wanted somebody like you in my life. And they are extremely grateful, no matter what the connection is like that you have with them. They're very, very grateful that you appeared in their life. And then now the distorted thought is, I usually get rejected, abandoned, or betrayed in relationships. Right, so they think, I don't think that this connection, like whoever you're asking about, is somebody that you are in a relationship with. That is not the feeling that I was getting, even with the heart ache and everything. I now learn from past. Okay, so the actual the healthy way of dealing with it is, I now learn from past disappointing relationships, so I can release the anger and sadness and move on to more fulfilling ones. So they have not been able to do that, and they think that obviously a person like you would never accept them, because that has been their story. They have always, gotten rejected, and that story is something that is transpiring with you as well. No matter what I do, I always manage to have health and financial disasters. Okay, this person has issues, healthy goals, and the healthy way of looking at it would be, I now release worry about health, finances, and work. I trust that the future will take care of the past with the help of my higher power. And before I read higher power, my mind was telling me that Harry Potter is written here, which is very weird. So I feel like this person has issues in switching or coming into alignment with their higher self, in taking control of their life. They look at you and they think that you are more in control of their life, and that is very inspiring to them. They want to be more like you, is what I can understand. The effect you have on them is, I won't say they're absolutely smitten by you. This is not a smitten sort of energy. They have this purely logical understanding that you are somebody that they like a lot, and they like you not in a mad way, but in a very, like, they have calculated and found out that you are pretty much, in a romantic sense, the one for them. In a platonic sense, the person that they would want to know and be friends with, something like that. So it's not like they would say that I have taken this logical decision that group 2 is my person, in a very soul, at a very soul level, like in a spiritual sense. Group 2 is my person. That's the effect that you have on them. You make them dream the dreams that they have always had. You make them want to appear very, very intelligent in front of you. Like, they don't want to sound foolish. They want to tell you the correct thing, and they want to appear intelligent, intellectual. And at the same time, every time they are around you, they start dreaming of the many possibilities, life, like different things. It's very, very surreal. So the word that I was looking for is surreal. And right, they consider all possibilities. You made them more dedicated to their life in terms of the goals that they have, their professional commitments, because it feels like you take your professional commitments very seriously, and that makes them want to be a more of a professional person. And the other thing that I am understanding is that they also have a very destabilizing feeling when they are around you, because they are kind of unsure how to act, and because they want to be so perfect in front of you now, they get very like they feel the jitters, they really do. Yeah, they want to appear as a winner in front of you, and it hurts them. It hurts them to think that, okay, is everything in focus? I don't know. And it hurts them to think that you would not accept them as who they are. They would have to be somebody they are not in order to impress you. They feel like who they are would be unacceptable to you, so they have to be somebody else, and it hurts them at a very deep level, at a core level, to think that they are not good enough. You would never accept somebody like them as your friend or partner, or as anything in your life, because it's just not of your level. They do want to impress you, they do want to not only be intellectual but very attractive in your eyes. Oh, they want to be your counterpart. They know that it would take some time, but they feel like you are the one. And seeking of wands and queen of wands, and in between seven of pentacles, eight of pentacles, like on top of eight of pentacles, it will take some inner work. This could be a counterpart situation where this person feels that you are their twin flame, or their counterpart, and they are meant to be with you, and they're saying that it will take some sorry, I couldn't control that, excuse me. It would take some time to get to the point where they are able to prove to you the connection that they have with you, but eventually it will happen. That is how they feel like you are a big deal. And I have said this in the first pile as well, this is the protagonist of this deck. This is the card that they use for their cover, and when this card appears, I know that the person that I'm reading for thinks you to be the protagonist of their life in some way, like, or along with them you are also the protagonist, like you are their counterpart in some sense. This relationship hasn't developed much, in the sense that it's still at the page level, page of summer, so it's like feelings. In terms of feelings, I don't think you are aware of the full, like, the extent of their feelings just yet, or you have developed, they don't think that you have developed deep feelings for them, but eventually you will get there. Like the seed has been planted, and you'll eventually get there, is what I can understand. Okay, so that was your reading, group 2. If you like the reading, then like the video. If you would like to listen to Bengali tarot readings, then you can subscribe to my channel Kalpa Kendra Life. If you would want to hear Hindi tarot readings, then you can subscribe to my channel Kalpa Kendra Sahaj. Links would be there in the description below. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very soon. Till then, take care. Hello group 3. So if you have selected Girasol Quartz, then welcome to your reading. Your first card is obviously Girasol Quartz, then second card is card number 32, Primal, and then the third card is the Whale card, We Sing Our Song of Love. You have two more other cards as well, Thought and Facade. Right. These are not all your cards. I also want to pull some mind, body, whatever this deck is called. I don't remember currently. Mind, body, oracle deck or something. But it's very hard to shuffle, so I want to select the cards in a different way because of the poor shape of this cards. Like whoever created this egg-like shape, oval shape, Looks very good, but very hard to shuffle, honestly. If any of you have this deck, you'll be able to relate to my ordeal. Right, so which is the card that I feel most drawn to? Something from here. This one. Okay, another card. There is a card here. This one. These are the two cards for you. 2, 3. Right. Now let's start the reading. First of all, Curacao Quartz, have you noticed that people and situations are reflecting your feelings or thoughts? Pay attention to the messages these mirrors provide. Take stock of what work you need to do to improve your self-awareness and personal growth. This reading is very much in sync with the July monthly reading I did on my Bengali channel. So here you see they are asking you to reflect on your feelings and thoughts, and you got the thought card. A lot of cards that come out are in sync with like the other cards, which I find very very interesting, honestly. This is what is supposed to happen, but every time it happens I'm like, oh my god, the synchronicities in this reading. Right. So what I can understand is that there is a lot of mirroring happening between you and the person that you're asking about. You guys definitely feel very similarly about each other. And if you only pay attention to how you feel about this person, or how you feel in their presence, or the effect that they have on you, you'll be able to understand the effect that you have on them. Because here universe mirrors that concept is very much applicable. So this person is also mirroring you, and universe brought this person to you in order to act as your mirror. So if you are asking about a person who tends to ignore you, then you ignore parts of yourself which are fundamental to your existence, or the parts that need the most loving in you are the parts that you are ignoring. That is why you have attracted a person into your life who mirrors ignorance to you, who ignores you when you want them to pay attention to you. On the other hand, if you have a person who is clinging to you, who is absolutely obsessed with you, does not want to let go, then you are not, like, you are being codependent in certain ways. There are ways in which you are clinging to things in an unhealthy way, which you have to get rid of. And then universe will either change this person or totally remove them from your life. So there is a lot of mirroring happening. The only way out is increasing your self-awareness about the situation, or about this person, or about life in general, which will lead to spiritual progress and personal growth, and eventually it will pull you out of situations that you no longer belong to, or you are no longer a vibrational match to. One of the main things that I should say about the effect that you have on this person is that you make them connect to themselves, who they are. So it's not like, see, we find the universe mirroring us at all stages in our life, but it's not very triggering all the time. Like when pleasant things happen to us, it's not triggering, or we are not even sometimes aware of how the universe is mirroring to us, and it's such a fundamental principle. But if you just look at how like unfamiliar most people are to this concept, you would understand that this is something that we rarely notice in our lives. So this aspect that the universe actually mirrors back to us who we are, or our current state of consciousness, or like the very vibration that, or the very frequency that we are vibrating at, is sent back to us by the universe. This very concept, if we had been aware of at all stages in our lives and most of our lives, I think we would be living our lives very differently, very very differently, doing different things. And it's not like anybody can make us aware of this truth. Most people do not even register to us as a mirror of ourselves. But when we meet somebody who mirrors to us aspects which are extremely triggering, or things that can have, like things that have the power to shift something fundamental in us, that we sit up and take notice of that person's arrival in our lives. So you are somebody like that to them. They are aware of you, making them come into their authenticity in a way that rarely anybody has been able to make happen in a very very long time. You make them want to chase their childhood dream, make them want to be the person of their dreams, make them want to be the painter that they thought that they can never be. You make them want to be the dancer that they thought that nobody will ever come to know about. So things like that, things that were hidden in them, you make it come to the surface and make those like those characteristics bloom very much in public eye. You make them shine and glow in a way that is rare and life changing. So this very message that there is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. Primal, so the card says there is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. So the only way out is through, and that is through the truth that you embody, like you hold within yourself. And you are being asked to embody that truth, or your energy makes this person embody that truth. You probably give them the confidence to do certain things that they would otherwise feel very shy or reluctant to do. It's a very strange feeling. I don't think you actively do anything. It's not like you go to that person and give them a motivational talk in order to make them open up to people more. It's like you just being who you are, you have an effect on this person that makes them remember their primal instincts, which is connected to their core nature. And if this person was a people pleaser before coming across you, you make them remember that they were not here to please everybody or for everybody's pleasure or entertainment. They are here to hold their ground and be who they are, and they can feel comfortable even if other people are rejecting them or not validating their experience. You gave them somehow the strength to be that, and I don't think that you did that by directly communicating something to them. I think it was more of your energy that made this happen, or made the shift happen in them. With the whale, we sing our song of love. This message is consistent. You have also made them realize who their true friends are, or what kind of company they belong with, or who they should associate with and who they should not associate themselves with. I think they were selling themselves short before coming across you, but it could be very well so that you've communicated with them certain principles and values that made them change their perception and made them review their understanding of life. But for most people, you have just been this person, and then I get a lot of king of swords, queen of swords energy. I feel like you are the queen of swords and they are the king of swords. But before coming across you in your queen of swords power, as this intellectual person who is able to make other people feel confident about you know about expressing their thoughts and desires in a more comfortable manner, made them shift from a page of swords to a king of swords energy, like you made them feel comfortable about coming out in the world, even if they were not fully prepared to do so, like even if they were not totally prepared to say they have been writing a book, and they always thought that they will only start telling people about them writing a book when they have when they're confident about it, or when they're confident about what they're writing. But you made them understand in the way you have carried, uh, in the way that you carry yourself, or just the way that you treat yourself. You made them understand that not everybody has to be a prodigy at everything. You can be mediocre at certain things and still enjoy doing it, and that's fine. Your idea of what exceptional is, or what mediocre is, or what mediocrity entails, it can vary from person to person. You can never like do something about it. It's like, for some people, selling, like becoming a New York bestseller is still not exceptional, because they would say that a lot of books go on to become a New York bestseller. So what? For some people, just being able to sell like 10,000 copies is enough, whether or not like they go on to get the label of bestseller, or they go on to win any award or not. It doesn't matter to them. So it differs from person to person. Not even 10,000. I think if somebody is able to sell half of that, even 5,000 books, and if they are able to earn the respect of their contemporaries, sometimes it's enough. Maybe somebody is not being able to sell their books, but whoever like reads the book, like maybe very few people, but but so very few people read the book, but I don't want to say but anymore. And yet they get such great reviews that may be enough for them. So you really cannot say what exceptional, mediocrity, and then success would be. And you treat yourself like that, where you celebrate everything, and you have, just by being that, you've given them the space to be comfortable with their energy, and not put so much thought about like whether or not they are coming across as like the definition of success, or as the star that they wanted to shine as. So you have made them think about life in a very different way, which makes sense that the thought card is here. You've made them develop thoughts and ideas that were totally unknown to them before you appeared in their life. So group 3, you did a great job. And the facade that they were putting up dropped. You made them aware that they were living the life of a clown in certain ways, and whatever the clown does is for other people's entertainment. It's not authentic. And making them aware of the facade, I think, was the very first step to changing their way of perceiving things. So that first step you have made them take somehow in their life, which is a very great thing, I feel. And also you made them realize that their service to themselves, what their service to themselves entails, that the first obligation that they have is to themselves, and they should be treating themselves better. So you've taught them a lot about authenticity, self-love, treating themselves better, singing their own song, being true to who they are. And you just make them not care about any validation coming from anybody. You make them want to validate themselves. You taught them to validate themselves and just be okay with that much. Right. Now the distorted perception that they're dealing with is my destiny is to experience pain, suffering, and personal struggle. So that's the distorted thing, where they feel like it is their destiny to go through a lot of struggle. And the healthy way of looking at it would be, I now release any repetitive patterns that bind, limit, and restrict my growth and evolution. So this would be healthy self-esteem. So they're still dealing with this idea that it is part of their destiny to see a lot of setbacks or experience a lot of setbacks. Now this is a healthy way of relating to it, with relating to something. And the healthy way is, I learn to love both the positive and the negative aspects of others as I grow to love my own strengths and weaknesses. So you taught them to be more loving and kind towards themselves, which makes sense because that's what came out in the reading as well. And the distorted thought that they had to get rid of in order to be in this energies. Even when I fall in love or befriend others, I find a lot of wrong with them after a while. So the way that the others used to trigger them, I remember talking about triggers a lot. You triggered them in order to uh, activating a lot of self-healing, a lot of healing inside of them. And because that healing happened, they are more accepting of their shadows, their shadow aspects, their weaknesses. Just as they are appreciative of their strengths, they also appreciate and have made peace with their shadows, which is why they are more at peace with others in general, which is why others have all stopped triggering them. So that's a very healthy way of experiencing something. Now we'll just look at tarot quickly, what tarot has to say. For group 3, the fact that they have on their person. What is the fact group 3 has on their person, spirit? Right. Okay. So you make them connect with their intuition, with who they are fundamentally, and it has been a life-changing experience, as I have said. Like, it's tarot is confirming everything that I was saying, that you make them connect with their understanding, primal understanding of who they are or where they come from. That who am I? Spiritual question you have triggered, and they have been in this energy where it felt like I said, that people pleasing, just entertaining others, constantly being in this place where they have to strive to like solidify things. They had to put their own effort, and now they have started, instead of seeing themselves as a victim, they have started to enjoy this situation, in the sense that they first make this judgment whether or not what they are investing their time in is actually benefiting them, or they are doing just to get validation, like seek validation from others, or to satisfy their ego. They make this judgment, and when they think that they actually will benefit, like substantially benefit from what they are investing their time and energy in, they make it a point to enjoy that process. So 10 of Pentacles, like you've also made them see a lot of abundance in their life in general, because oh god, you've made them focus on their work a lot, and you've made them experience abundance. And now they understand that what happens when you start doing things that you love, because when you do things from a place of love. So that's what Prince of, like Knight of Cups and the Hermit, they just concentrate on doing their work, and they don't care about anybody's opinion. Like life has come a full circle for them. Like they have really matured so much with the wheel and the wall. They have matured so much. They just know that all they have to care about is how they are feeling about a situation, and they don't have to worry about other people's opinion at all. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, it's like they are balancing the give and take very well now. They don't necessarily give their energy to somebody who is always taking from them. They are not trying to people please anymore. They know how to, like, just as they know how to give, they know how to take as well. Like the balance is important. Otherwise they have earlier been only a giver. Queen of Swords is here. Like I said, they're just being Queen of Swords. You have made them be the King of Swords. King of Swords, come into their King of Swords energy. And it's very disappointing to, or they had previously been looking at this thing of looking at King of like their Queen of Swords energy, where they know where they are like supporting their ideas and also flaunting their ideas and taking up their space, not giving a damn about people. Earlier it used to feel it, like they used to think that that was very selfish of them, but now they understand that it's not their job to make everybody feel comfortable. They have to look at their own comfort too, and now they just have a great time. They just, oh my god, king of wands, king of sorry, six of, king of wands, six of wands, and then the tower. Certain lessons that you've taught them has been very very earth shattering, like they did not have this view of life before they came across you, but you've made it happen. Like you've really really made it happen for them, and now they're just going through life celebrating it. That's what you've done to them. Group 3, the effect you have on them is beautiful. So that was your reading, group 3. If that resonated with you, then like the video. If you would want to listen to my Bengali tarot readings, then you can subscribe to my channel Kalpa Kendra Life. If you would want to listen to my Hindi tarot readings, you would want to subscribe, like you would probably benefit from subscribing to my channel Kalpa Kendra Sahaj. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very very soon. Till then, take care. Hello group 4. So if you had selected the pink tourmaline card, then welcome to your reading. Your first card is obviously pink tourmaline. The second card is card number 27, oak, and third card is the frog, jump for joy. There is this green nature theme very prominent in your cards. Now again, the other card is conversation, and then you have perfection, which is a root chakra card, and I just realized that you are not able to see the cards, and I need to adjust my table a little bit, not the card but the table, right? Like not the cards or the camera but the table. Great. And I have these cards as well, which I want to select 2 cards from. Now since they are very hard to shuffle, I will select them in a very different way. Anybody who has these cards will be able to understand my pain. I said the same thing in all my videos, like all the readings. Wait a second. The oval shape of this card's really, oh god, no. Yeah, so the oval shape of these cards really try your patience, okay? So how I want to select them is like this. So which is the card that I feel most drawn to? This one, definitely this one. And then there's a card here, this one. So these are the 2 cards for you, group 4. Did I introduce you as, like, when I started my reading, did I call you group 4 or something else? I don't know. Okay, so let's start your reading. So pink tourmaline, the card says, do you treat yourself well? What kind of self-talk is going on in your mind? Pay attention to how well you treat yourself. Be aware of your inner chatter and make changes toward love. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. It is time to awaken your consciousness and focus on love for yourself. So the focus is definitely on self-love with this pile, and what you inspired this person to do is become more deeply aware of your own self and what makes you happy. I have never seen these red mushrooms on this tree, but now that I see them, I can not unsee them anymore. So there are little hints of red everywhere. This being the perfection card, root chakra card, totally red. Pink tourmaline has more of pinkish shades, but what I do feel is that this person, the effect that you have on them is that you make their heart, okay, I also see birds here, something I had not noticed earlier. So you obviously make their heart bloom with excitement, and you inspire them to develop a more, say, understanding relationship with themselves. You inspire them to be more understanding of themselves if possible. It could be so that this person has said this to you, uh, like to your face, that, or you have said this to, sorry, not them, but you have said this to this person, that they should treat themselves better, or that their relationship with self is kind of toxic and they should try to correct it. Either you have given them some sort of pep talk or something, like you asked them to purposefully correct something, or because of the way you treat yourself, they got this idea that their relationship with self needs to improve, or in some a change in some capacity, because you treat yourself really well. You obviously invest in self love, I think, or you take yourself out to dinner, or you take yourself out to have fun. If whether it's a movie that you want to watch, or whether it's a party that you want to attend, you rarely wait for other people to join you. If you want to be there, you're there, because you are somewhat, I'm getting this, there's this movie, Hindi movie called Jab We Met. It is a Kareena Kapoor and Shahid Kapoor movie. Now in that movie, the girl says that, I am my own favorite. So this person, like, you have this and like this kind of effect on this person, that either you consider yourself to be your own favorite, which inspired this person, or at least made this person aware of the ways in which they were not treating themselves the best way possible, or the ways in which they were treating themselves poorly. You brought that into focus. And also, if they have, their inner dialogue or their self talk was somewhat discouraging of their potential, like for example, if this person said openly that I don't think I can achieve something like this, or I don't think this is my cup of tea, or I would be able to do anything great with my life, if they ever said something like that, I think you were quick to correct them by telling them that they should treat themselves better than this. At least they should be their own guardian and own protector before anybody else is willing to sign up for a role like that. I had to pause the video, not sure what I was talking about. So we'll get to this part later, but let's finish this first. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. So I think that if you had belittled yourself in front, no, if this person belittled themselves in front of you, you were quick to correct them, and you have established the minimum basic, like the bare minimum self-love that one should offer to their own self, which has definitely inspired this person to at least treat themselves better. They understand. Okay, another quote by Sherlock Holmes comes to mind, where he said that if overestimation is deviation from truth, so is underestimation. One should know the correct value of things. So if you thought that underestimating yourself was a way of coming across as humble, or if this person thought so, you were quick to correct them. Maybe you did so with your mannerisms, or the way that you conduct yourself. You just happen to give out this energy, okay, this energy of self-love. And the next is, it is time to awaken your consciousness and focus on love for yourself. So obviously it is only when we are at a lower state of consciousness that we are able to treat ourselves so poorly, because in higher states of consciousness we would never ever treat ourselves like that, right? So that is probably a major issue here, where this person is operating at a lower state of consciousness, which allows them to treat themselves in a way that is unfair. It may be so that they are hardly even aware that they are doing this, but they do this. However, you have come across as a strength of as a pillar of strength and as a ray of hope. Now let's look at the effect that you have on this person. You force them to look within, because you see the card says that don't just look within, dive deeply into the eternal realms of knowing. So it feels like this person becomes more aware of their conditioning, which led them to believe in certain shortcomings as being characteristic of who they are, characteristic of their of their potential and their personality, that you brought to light 100%, just by making them aware that they were doing this. And you have forced them to reconcile with themselves and also reconcile with their lost power, lost strength, lost voice. And I'm not sure if you yourself are aware of these concepts or you have inspired this person to look into these concepts, but you have definitely triggered in them this energy of unity consciousness where they see themselves being one with the entire creation. Maybe you are a person who talks about unity consciousness, Krishna consciousness, or Christ consciousness, and you're somebody who embodies that, where you treat everything else as an extension of self. Or this is just the example that you live by. Maybe you don't talk about these concepts, but it's just an example that you live by. But however you're experiencing you has inspired this person to think more deeply about their own being, like themselves. They have primarily, what I'm getting is, keeping all the complex philosophies aside, because it could be relevant for some it could, it might not make sense, because it's not like everybody's intellectualizing their feelings. But what is happening for almost everyone who has chosen this group is that they are standing up for themselves in a more effective way. Like they're becoming great pillars of strength for themselves, looking at how strongly you stand up for yourself. So you are a great source of strength for yourself. You're extremely confident. Like the basic thing to say is that your confidence has inspired this person to be more confident, to show up with more, by exercising more authority. And the animal card you've got is the frog, jump for joy. Here I must say the effect that you have on them is like they get very excited. Like they literally jump like a frog when they come across you. There's no hiding it. I don't think like I can even hide or make this sentence, or I have to say anything else apart from the fact that they get very excited, because I think it's very aware, like it's something that you're aware of, and it's very apparent that they become very, very excited when they see you. You feel like magic to them. This person, one way this person would describe you as magical, absolutely magical. I'm getting this very specific thing for some of you, where I feel like your perfume or the way you smell, this person is really fond of that, and they have probably asked you that, like, which perfume do you use, you smell fantastic, something like that. They always want to have conversations with you. They enjoy talking to you. They listen to you. See, here everybody is listening to this woman, and it's like that, like the way you can make people listen to you, or they find your conversations very enchanting or enticing. They listen to you. absolutely in awe and deep admiration, like how you are able to discuss things which are seemingly complex with such ease. You make them aware of concepts that they are not aware of. Yeah, that's why I think I discussed unity consciousness and other things. Like I feel like you are a spiritual person, and you make them aware of concepts that they had no idea existed. They're saying that I just existed in my forest standing as a tree. My connection to the world and my connection to everything else around me is something that you, the other tree, made them aware of. Like, or maybe you bloomed as a mushroom in like on their body or something, because there are many mushrooms. So you either came as a bird or bloomed like a mushroom, and you told them about the world and how everything happens, things that they had no idea about. And you made them see the magic in everything. So the effect that you have on them is very like, again, surreal comes to mind. I remember mentioning this in another reading as well. So if you felt drawn to one like more than one reading, then feel free to listen to them. But I think the effect is pretty magical, surreal, mystical, um, fantasy. Like you don't seem real to this person. This person would be like, oh my god, you are so unreal and you're perfect. Like that's what perfection, the card, like they won't change a thing about you. That's what they're saying, that I wouldn't change a thing about group 4. I would keep group 4 as who they are, and I'll give other people the example of group 4 and tell people how perfect human beings can be. You are the example in their head. Like you are the person. They're saying that, like, there's no comparison for them. There's no comparison. You are the one. Like I just wanted to say that you are the one, but maybe for some of them you are the one, but it feels like nobody can even match up to you, they're saying. And it's a root chakra card. It feels like you're connected to everything in nature. Your understanding of life is very deep, and you tell them about things like, yeah, whenever I saw this card, what came to my mind is kundalini. So human beings, like they say that everybody has some imperfections, nobody's perfect, but you made them see the perfection in everything. See, some people can make you see imperfection in everything, and some people can make you see perfection in everything. You have made them see perfection in everything, or divine in everything, the reflection of divine in everything. And you have also made them aware of kundalini awakening, of deeper concepts, spiritual concepts that are going to be life changing, that are going to prove to be life changing for them. Their higher self is coming through to thank you and tell you that what a ray of hope you have been for them. You cannot even understand. Just by, I think you have a lot of conversations with this person, and whatever you say, this person literally takes that information and uses that information to fuel their life force. They get very inspired, or you have a deep impact on this person. I'm not sure if you are aware or not, but this is the impact that you have. You could be aware, or I think you would be coming to this reading absolutely resonating with it. They remember your conversations and they play it in their head constantly. Now let's look at these cards. So the healthy thought that they have about you is healthy self-esteem. True wisdom is maintaining a balance between pushing and holding back, balancing detailed perfection with allowing some imperfections. See, perfection and imperfection. I had not even seen this card, and I had mentioned it. Whatever I do, it's never good enough. Right. So they have gotten over this distorted thought that whatever they do is not good enough, and you've made them see the perfection in everything. Like you have made them see that even the seemingly imperfect things are perfect in their own ways. Right. So I'm totally shocked at this, because I did not take a look at it. I did not read this card since it came out. I just kept it there to be to read it at last. So you see, and this is what I explained. And then healthy love. If I love someone who is in pain, I can allow them space if they need to solve a problem in their own private way. You have made them more understanding of people going through different things and experiencing different facets of life. You're saying that, like, the idea or your way of looking at it is that everybody is going through some lesson or the other, and we can not know how that lesson is going to serve them. So instead of judging anybody that you are not able to understand, give them the space to just be themselves and experience that lesson. Like, give them a safe space to experience that lesson in this lifetime, or in this, at this point in time. And you made them see that how everybody is on their own path and is going to reach their own destination on their own time. There is no competition, there's no need to judge anybody. That acceptance, that, I think this card is associated with acceptance as well. So as acceptance or not, I don't know, but you are, but this definitely, this is associated with acceptance. This reading, if I love someone, I need to take care of them if they are in pain or suffering. So that's the distorted thought that you had to get over, or sorry, they had to get over. And you have made it a point to explain to them that they don't have to suffer in silence or just go on taking care of people that they don't have the means to take care of. They can let people be. The universe will anyway take care of them, and everything will fall in place. So you've made them more you've made them loosen up, which they appreciate a lot. Okay, and now coming to the tarot cards, let's just quickly look at the tarot cards, because I feel like we are out of time anyway. So I'll just quickly look at tarot cards for you. So what is the effect that group 4 has on their person? Spirit. The effect group 4 has on their person, Spirit. You make them research on a lot of things. Like, you give them a lot of information. I saw the Chariot when I was shuffling, as well as back of the deck energy. So you make them like charge ahead in life and just take life by its horns or something, and just go through everything. And you've made them more open to life. The things that you made them experience, they earlier thought that they would never have time for something like this, or never have the means to experience something like this. If you have introduced them to concepts, they never thought that it was possible. Like, say, if you have introduced them to spiritual concepts, or a different way of looking at self-love, or relating to self, or a different way of looking at self, they never thought that it is possible to have that kind of perspective in life, and at the same time to have that kind of perspective, and at the same time carry out your earthly responsibilities. Like, this person did not think that spirituality and materialism go hand in hand, or you can be spiritual and be a warrior at the same time, because Arjuna was a warrior, right, in Mahabharata. At the same time, he was being guided by Krishna towards spiritual enlightenment, because that's what Gita is. So you have made them reconcile dualities. Okay, again, unity consciousness is coming to fore. Like, you probably made them wake up to yin and yang side of life, duality, like good and bad, and you made them see that they are basically two sides of the same coin, and duality is actually the illusion. And you've made them see the unity, the wholeness in everything. There are a lot of anxieties that they were dealing with, and you have made them okay. You made them accept their sufferings as very much part of it. Since you don't dwell upon dualities, like, you don't look at things as good or bad, you've made them see their suffering as necessary lessons that they need to go through, and they are no longer shameful or scared of the lessons that they are going through. They are no longer scared of their anxieties. They are no longer scared of their struggles, whether financial or personality, wise they are going through. Oh my god, you've made them, because you're so attractive, like Queen of Wands and the Empress energy. You can take charge of life, and you can also provide for people and nourish. You are at the same time a warrior and a divine mother. Like you're both Kali and Parvati packed into one, and that's what it is. Like Parvati is Ma Kali. Ma Kali is an avatar of Parvati. So that's what you, the divine mother can also be like a fierce warrior, and you've shown them that. You've shown them that how beautifully two seemingly unrelated sides to personality can coexist in one person. Like you make them see that how light and shadow are both aspects of you, and seeing that they have understood that yes, spirituality is not for the weak. You made them see a different side to life, and they're saying that don't ever think that spiritual people are weak. The person who can be attractive, charming, take on life, and just go do their things without a pause, be ambitious, and just go about their life conquering every terrain or every area, can also be this caring, considerate queen who knows how to not only take care of themselves but everyone around them, and is also in touch with everybody's emotion. They are saying that that's why the perfection card. They're saying that you're perfect. Like nobody can. The effect that you have on them is like they say that you're perfect. Oh my god, I understand now. They're saying that your yin and yang is balanced. You're both Shiva and Shakti. You have merged with the divine. They are saying great things about you. My god, group 4. Like this is a very, oh god, 9 of autumn and the magician. Like this reading, this is like no other reading I have done, and I was actually feeling unwell, and I had to take not one but 3 medicines between group 3 and group 4. And just by doing your reading, I'm feeling so balanced, so settled into my own energy. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. They're saying that you can go on your own. You just don't need anybody's support. You say it like it is. You are not scared of winning people over. You know that you, like, whatever you need you can provide for yourself. You don't look for supporters, and that you can also manifest anything you want. You trust the universe fully to give you everything that you need. That's why you don't, 5 of Wands, you don't even bat an eyelid before disappointing anybody if you have to, before burning bridges if you have to like wage a war against somebody, you will do that. You're fully capable. You are like a volcano which is in complete control of its volcanic activities. Like you can go dormant if you wish to. You can cause havoc if you have to. It's completely under your control, and you know that all aspects of your personality are your weapons that you can use, and that they have been given to you, like your anger, fear, your capacity to love, nurture, nourish, and then to be charming. These are all weapons that nature has handed out to you to use them when needed, and you are fully capable of using them. You are not aware of, you are not ashamed of your shadows, and you don't feel guilty when you have to use certain strengths which are labeled as weaknesses by people. Like you know how to use anger effectively. You know how to get angry at the right things. If you become angry, you would not be guilty of that thing. Nobody can make you feel guilty. You know that it is human nature, and you know how to effectively use all, like, the entire spectrum of your human nature. That's the effect that you have on this person. This person is just saying you're perfect, perfect, perfect. This group 4, there's nobody like group 4. Don't even try. That's what this person is saying. That's the effect you have on them. So that was your reading, group 4. It was a little more than, I think, 20 minutes, but that's okay. I hope you liked the reading. If you have liked the reading, do like the video. If you would want to listen to Bengali reading, then you can subscribe to my Bengali channel Kalpa Kendra Life, and if you would be interested in Hindi readings, then you can subscribe to my Hindi channel Kalpa Kendra Sahaj. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very very soon. Till then, take care. And also, you can subscribe to this channel if you haven't already for more readings like this. Okay, bye.